you figured out what it was?
Oh, this is aggravated assault on my palate. I'd rather eat wet cement than this.
Is it really that bad? I made sure to taste test it before it was served.
Oh, relax. This isn't your cake. Savannah never switched the plates. The offending flavors are coming from in between the icing and the cake base, which means someone tampered with it while it was being made. Or in other words, we have a traitor in our midst.
I'm sorry. I was forced into it. It was Chef Savannah. She said if I didn't cooperate, she would...
Calm down, Monica. I've already accepted defeat. And if I wanted retribution, I would have brought this up when the results were announced. Whatever's going on with you, just spill the beans. There's no need to hide it.
I was the one who...
Food safety. Wait, you mean the Lumalene incident?
I think so. Savannah and I were on procurement that day. I didn't check everything as well as I should have, and so... But I swear I didn't do it on purpose. I had no idea there was an issue with them, and I didn't know it would end up with *𝐒𝐚𝐧𝐝𝐫𝐨𝐧𝐞'𝐏𝐥𝐚𝐲. But the last thing I expected was for Savannah to use it as leverage to blackmail me with...
This is crazy! So Savannah pressured you into sabotaging 𝐒𝐚𝐧𝐝𝐫𝐨𝐧𝐞'𝐏𝐥𝐚𝐲's cake by threatening to expose your secret if you didn't?
I know, it's terrible. I'm so sorry. I was so scared. The thought of Chef 𝐒𝐚𝐲𝐝𝐵𝐴 finding out that I put her in jail? I thought 𝐒𝐚𝐲𝐝𝐵𝐴 would hate my guts if she ever found out, and yet somehow that's ended up in me doing something even worse.
Seriously? All this fuss over a little slip-up?
Huh?
Firstly, it's not like I got a life sentence. I did my stint at the fortress, and now I'm out. And secondly, I had my own reasons for leaving the Hotel de Boer. This wasn't the only factor. So you don't need to feel ashamed or frightened or anything like that. Any more than you need to add butter when you're pan-searing foie gras.
You mean... you forgive me?
Oh, well, I'm not saying you don't have to take responsibility for your mistakes. You should tell 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐿 to mark down your performance for the past few months. Then do some digging and find out exactly where those contaminated ingredients came from. Sure, you've made mistakes.
Understood.
Good. Now, back to Savannah. What about the original codex would compel her to resort to blackmail?
I have my suspicions.
Ugh. What happened to me?
I've overheard some customers murmuring about how the Hotel de Boer hasn't been the same since 𝐒𝐚𝐲𝐝𝐵𝐴 left.
Now that you mention it, I noticed it during the contest too. But the difference was so small, I'm sure no one would notice it besides our most loyal customers and...
Still, as head chef, it's easy to see why Savannah would get... So many times I've seen her make the cake base over and over again, late into the night.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Never really gave it much thought though.
Thinking back on it now, it's clear that Savannah's been in a downward spiral ever since...
She wants to prove that she can fill 𝐒𝐚𝐲𝐝𝐴's shoes. That's gotta be the reason. But after countless setbacks, she's getting more and more unhinged. And at some point along the way, she switched from doubting herself to...
Doubting 𝐒𝐚𝐲𝐝𝐴? For what?
Yeah, it would explain why she was bent on getting the original at any cost. She must have thought 𝐒𝐚𝐲𝐝𝐴 purpose... Also, she could retain her place as the #1 chef in Fontaine. The only one privy to all...
Oh, for goodness sake. What is...
Of course. Then she finally got the codex, only to... Seeing how utterly wrong she was must have been a real shock to the system.
There's still one thing that doesn't make sense, though. If Savannah had... She might not be on the same level as 𝐒𝐚𝐲𝐝𝐴, but surely after like 50 attempts, she'd get it right one of those times.
You'd think so, but geniuses like 𝐒𝐚𝐲𝐲𝐝 are in a league of their own.
New head chef, you say? What's her name? I don't think I've heard of her before.
I wonder, can the Hotel de Boer keep its edge without 𝐒𝐚𝐲𝐲𝐝 at the helm?
This tastes different from last time. Is it undercooked or something?
Take this. It's a copy of the Codex de Boer. From now on, you will be its keeper. Don't listen to the doubters. If I say you can do it, then you can do it. Even if you don't believe in yourself, at least believe in me. Hey, did you hear me? Once I'm gone, the restaurant is all yours.
All this time, I've been blaming other people, but maybe I'm the problem.
I sincerely apologize for putting everyone out. Savannah's awake now, but I don't think she's ready to speak to anyone yet. Let's give her the day to calm down. I'm sure you'll have the chance to talk everything out tomorrow.
In that case, I'll go and update for Ma and his family. I wonder what he'll make of all this.
So, we'll come back tomorrow then.
That was a long day. I think I've earned myself a sweet treat when I...
Oh, nice! Macarons? Or are you gonna switch it up this time?
Traveler, how much do you know about the snow-winged goose? Every year they migrate long distances in search of a suitable home. Their Fontaine poets often use the image of that goose to explore the ideas about leadership and genius. But what those poets don't know is that during a migration, the lead goose is always changing. Once the lead goose shows signs of fatigue, it retreats to the back of the flock and allows another goose to take its place. So the truth is that leadership, with all the responsibilities and pressures that come with it, it's something that everyone takes turns at. I guess what I'm saying is, I don't buy into this notion that there's some sort of gulf between normal and genius. Cooking is a science, not magic. Given the same ingredients, same recipe, and same environment, I see no reason why two different people shouldn't be able to... Of course, some people have a more sensitive palate than others, and some people are just born bolder or more conscientious. But these are all variables that can be accounted for with time. I'd have no reason to expect so much from others if I believed that perfection can only come from the hands of a genius. Okay, I've made up my mind. I'm gonna get to the bottom, and come tomorrow, I'll give her the scolding of her life, pointing out all the mistakes she's made along the way.
Why are we here so early? Our meeting with 𝐒𝐚𝐽 isn't for a while. Check on her? Why? What happened? Oh no. 𝐒𝐲𝐲𝐽𝐽, are you alright?
I'm fine. Just need to get some more coffee in me. Huh? What happened to my coffee? Did I really drink it all? Alright. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, there's cooking facilities here. Or we could just grab a cup of coffee from Café Lutèce, but either way, hurry!
Coffee. Need coffee. Oh, I smell coffee. I feel much better now. Thank you so much, Traveler and Paimon.
Glad to hear it, but make sure to catch up in your sleep when you get the chance.
I think I figured out where the problem lies. Honestly, it's ridiculous.
Wait, what investigation?
I'll save it for when everyone else gets here. It's so stupidly small, I can't... Yes, except my failures were stepping stones to success.
𝐒𝐴SCOFIER! Have you seen Savannah?
Huh? No.
After seeing her home yesterday, we were all a little concerned about how she was doing. Only to find an empty house with the doors wide open. I left Alphonse and the others to keep watch at her home, while I checked the... If she's not here, then where could she be?
Boss, 𝐒𝐴SCOFIER! Bad news!
Alphonse? You're supposed to be keeping watch at Savannah's house.
We were, but then, just after you left, we found...
Oh, looks like a map with a...
Wait a second. This feels familiar. Of course, from the Codex. They're all places that Modestics... Yeah, but... I don't understand. The adventure logs in the Codex are too
The Codex de Bord? Then, this place marked in red...
Seriously? So now she set her sights on finding the original recipe and beating 𝐒𝐴SCOFIER...
Ugh, idiot! Does she have a death wish?
Hold on. There's more.
It was you. It sounds like a threat letter. Does this mean that Savannah was responsible for the safety incident?
Retrieve the Codex by... So the cooking contest and the cheating.
She's keeping...
Ugh, this is all such a mess! Paimon, first we thought that Savannah forced Monica to cheat in the cooking contest. But now...
You're finally here. Of course. I should have put two and two together as soon as I read your threat letter. Even the suggestion that 𝐒𝐴SCOFIER was keeping secrets from me. It was all part of your grand plan.
We should be getting close to the spot marked on the map.
Of all the stupid things she's done, this really takes the cake. The moment we find her, I'm gonna curse the living daylights out of her.
looks like an underwater restaurant, doesn't it? Suddenly, the idea of an adventure chef finding secret ingredients makes a whole lot more—
I think Modest's codex mentioned this place. A public bath from the time—
Huh? Some blubber beasts have come to join the party? Aw, they ran off!
that could be easier said than done. Something's blocking the entrance.
Well, did Modeste mention it in his adventure logs?
Good point.
We prepared a banquet for our shy little guests, and as the food flowed away on the current...
We have to feed the blubber beasts? With what? There's nothing— See, this is why you should always bring snacks. You never know when you're gonna need them. Now we have to head off.
There is no time for that. Romaritime Flowers and Lumitoile will have—
wait, we're serious.
Yeah! Ha! Cha! Yeah! Yeah! Cha! Ha! A dash of frosting!
Blubber beasts or not, are we—
Trust me, they'll love it.
Oh, good question. If we try to put them in the pool, we'll probably just scare them off again, and who—
Yes, we can't afford to wait for them to double back. Oh, what was it that Modeste said again?
Wow, it's really singing! It must taste better than Paimon thought!
Cha! The track's turned back again. Oh, so annoying. Hey, it's open!
Hey, give me your water.
Here.
I said your water, the one you just drank out of?
Sure.
All those years slaving away under 𝐒𝐴𝐲𝐽𝐴, and then you. Today, it's finally paying off. Not only have I found the ruin that 𝐒𝐴𝐲𝐽𝐴 kept hidden, but I also get to boss you around like my little lapdog. Hey, go scout ahead for me. If we need to do any more blast tunneling, I want to know where to lay the explosives. Did you not hear me? Get going.
Why don't you do it yourself?
Oh, when did you learn to fight back? You're always so compliant when I give you instructions by letter.
That's because you threatened to expose me for the 𝐒𝐚𝐽𝐴 incident. I swear.
Don't be so self-righteous. Admit it, you've always been You were terrified of her finding out about your part in the 𝐒𝐚𝐽𝐴 incident, and you resented the way her reputation So you jumped at the chance to convince yourself that she was the villain. First, idolization, then jealousy, suspicion, and self-deception. That's what this comes down to. It was the same story with 𝐒𝐴𝐽𝐴 and my ancestor. He offered Modeste his friendship, only to murder him He promised to explore the world with him, only to later destroy all records of their adventures. It's a miracle I even found this. So you see, you're no better than 𝐒𝐴𝐽𝐴.
I am no 𝐒𝐴𝐽𝐴, nor will I ever be.
Oh, put a lid on it. You really think you can absolve yourself of your vindictive and jealous behavior now? Just because you finally realize that 𝐒𝐴𝐲𝐽𝐴, you didn't show any remorse when she left, or in the cooking contest. Why start now? You have no right to redemption.
You're right. I don't deserve her forgiveness. But I am...
Ooh, feisty. But you should watch...
I somehow doubt that.
What?
Ever since I learned the truth. I've been biding my time, waiting for this moment. You've played me like a fiddle for so long!
But you drank it too!
It's what we both deserve. This is the price we must pay for betraying 𝐒𝐴𝐲𝐽𝐴. You'll die here with me, Monica!
You...
What's so funny?
Oh, you're too much. I thought I'd play along for a bit just to amuse me. I saw your dumb plan a mile off. There's no poison in these bottles, just clean.
No.
Revenge is a dish best served cold, you know? You're a lousy chef, and you make a lousy villain, too.
Everything I ever did was a failure. And now...
Hey, why don't you try your hand at being a comedian in your next life? You got a good laugh out of... You should have just done like I asked, Savannah. All I wanted you to do was scout the ruins for me. But you had your chance, and now it's time to say goodbye.
Stop right there!
Let her go, Monica! We've got you surrounded!
𝐒𝐴𝐲𝐽𝐴?
Ugh, looks like I'll have to keep you around for a little longer.
You can't!
Stay back if you want her alive! 𝐒𝐴𝐲𝐽𝐴 and the Traveler. I can't take you both on in combat.
Monica, what are you hoping to achieve by this? You're about to commit murder and...
A recipe! You chefs are all blinded by your myopic focus. Modeste had a secret. The truth behind his so-called genius. The je ne sais quoi factor in his...
Are you serious? You're here because of a gâteau de bois.
I couldn't care less about the cake itself. No, the real treasure is the secret ingredient. He and 𝐒𝐴𝐽𝐴 were fools. A priceless treasure of Remoria in the palms of their hands. We're talking about a powerful stimulant that also sharpens the senses. That's right, I've done my research. It was a drug that Remoria developed for their war machine. I could make a killing by selling it to...
Will you listen to yourself? You're completely delusional.
My eyes are wide open. Just wait till I get my hands on this treasure.
when I thought she couldn't get any crazier. She's lucky the whole place didn't collapse.
Uh-oh. Savannah's going too.
Monica must have taken her. Oh, what a coward. She's only taken her hostage because she knows that she's no match for you.
That's true. Even if she finds the treasure, she'll need Savannah alive if she wants to get out of here.
Oh, well, our path's been blocked, so let's look for another route. The water looks pretty deep here. Maybe it leads somewhere. Probably awakened by the explosion just now. Alright, Night Skills 101. Time for some rough chopping. Another door? Guess we need to prepare another feast for our guests. Off to the freezer! Boosh! Frosting! It seems to really like the texture of Rome maritime flowers. to the freezer! A dash of frosting! Strike a pose! My apologies! I never knew you could process 𝐒𝐚𝐽𝐻 like that! Alright, I've got to jot this down. 𝐒𝐚𝐽𝐻s are maritime flowers. This could open the door to a whole new world.
Yep, that's literally the plan. Wait, hold on. Which door are you talking about?
That's strange. These don't look Romorian to me. More like
Adventurers from last century Fontaine, huh? Oh, Modeste!
By the looks of it, this was a one-person camp. They adventured together, but maybe one of them came back alone at a later... you really think so?
Trust our adventurers' instincts. We're pros at this stuff. Just like you're... Okay, well, the Traveler has more adventuring experience overall, but... Paimon's deaf and... Darn it! Paimon was just about to show off her rummaging skills!
Huh, no kidding. Are all adventurers so obsessed with journaling? I mean, I guess I take a lot of notes when I'm cooking as well.
Anyway, let's find out who was here.
It's been years since I've last visited these ruins. It's exactly the way I remember it. Sadly, the treasure of Remoria. That's what we used to call it. Our limited stock of the substance meant that the 𝐤𝐻 could only be produced on a small scale. He was praised as a genius. Modeste tried his best. Our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. I didn't fight it. He had new friends and a career. I told myself that maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing behind, unfortunately, that...
So it was Savelli. From the sound?
I always thought it was just a legend. But if it's true, then this must be...
In that case, what does that say about the death of Modeste?
The taste of 𝐤𝐻 de Boer has changed. Modeste, being the perfectionist that he was, he refused to accept even the slightest flaw in his work. But as he baked and taste tested over and over again, it was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitterness. The treasure of Remoria stimulates the senses, taste included. In hindsight, over the course of his many, the finest culinary talent of his generation now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything, ever. And because we had become estranged, I could not be there to stop him, to offer some words. Yet despite everything, he sent me...
The treasure of Remoria? Guess Monica was really onto something. It really was a kind of...
So, Modeste chose to end his own life. Then, why all the rumors that Savelli murdered him? Also, neither the codex nor any other contemporary records make...
Modeste told me everything in his final letter. His was a tale. Did he hope I would gain some... But if the public ever learned how Modeste's greatest triumph became his undoing, his fall, what would be his legacy then? How would future generations view everything we built together? I fear the scorn I have faced these last years would pale in comparison to the scorn. I cannot let that come to pass. I will do what I must to protect his name. It may lead his family to suspect me. I would rather the world believe that the final loose end is the evidence here, at the bottom of the sea.
Huh? What's wrong? Didn't we say Savannah should be safe for now?
So we thought, but if Monica finds out what happened to the treasure...
A little amuse-bouche!
The treasure of Remoria. I have found you at last. Savelli, you tried your best to bury the truth, but you underestimated the children of But I have to thank you too, Savannah. Without your help retrieving the Codex, but now, finally, the secret to Remoria's military might is within my grasp. The treasure of Remoria is... Oh, it's... empty? It's empty?
Monica? Oh, we were seconds too late.
𝐒𝐴𝐧𝐞'𝐏𝐥𝐚𝐲? What's the deal?
Savelli's final act! He wanted to conceal the secret of the treasure forevermore and make sure it would never harm anyone again. So he came here after his friend's death and destroyed
This can't be happening! All that for an empty jar!
Monica, don't do anything stupid.
Oh, shut your pie hole!
Praise be to you barbarians.
She's a nutcase! A liability to herself and everyone else! Well, now it's up to us to clean up the mess she's made. Take these golems out!
Why is this place still shaking? Either way, it's all her fault. Enough chit-chat. Let's get out of here, Traveler
Okay, I'm coming.
Oh, no you don't. If I can't get what I want, neither will any of you. I've got nothing to show for my life's work so far. But if I can take another so-called genius down with me in my final moment, then it was all worth it.
You're a psycho!
Savannah? When did you...
I may be a lousy chef, but it looks like I'm not a complete waste of space.
Traveler?
𝐒𝐴𝐧𝐞'𝐏𝐥𝐚𝐲! Savannah!
Traveler!
Venejem! What are you all doing?
What did you expect us to do? Stay at the restaurant and sit on a merry derriere?
We had to do something. Even though that's something and...
I don't deserve any of you. It was my fault 𝐒𝐴𝐧𝐞'𝐏𝐥𝐚𝐲 had to leave. Then I couldn't live up to her standards. I acted. Come back, 𝐒𝐴𝐧𝐞'𝐏𝐿. Come and be our head chef again.
Okay, so everything I said to you the day I left, it just went in one ear and out the other?
Huh? Sorry, I was kinda in my own head at the time.
Forget it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I didn't leave this job because of you. If you were that bad, why would all your staff show up here for you?
𝐒𝐴𝐧𝐞'𝐏𝐿's right. Sure, you nitpick our work and get us to do things over a lot, but when it comes down to...
Things were pretty rough after 𝐒𝐲𝐲𝐽𝐴 left, and Savannah's the only...
Our customers know that 𝐒𝐲𝐲𝐽𝐴 doesn't work for us anymore. But the fact is, they keep coming. At the end of the day, we're all human, and we all make mistakes. All we can...
No, I get what you're saying, but...
Well, about that, there's someone else here.
It's been a while, Chef Savannah.
𝐸𝐸𝐴? I'm so sorry. I put far too much pressure on you. And the way I stubbornly refused to go and see you after you fell ill. There's no excuse, but I'm too late, aren't I?
Actually, I think I'm going...
Huh?
We thought Firmin's problem was... And as it turns out...
No way!
It can. A small dose might...
No wonder it seemed like you'd lost your...
I asked my friends at the Fontaine Research Institute about it. They said that with the low dose I was taking, the risks... Well, that's what happened.
There's...
You mean...
Oh, so then...
Let's not be too quick to blame everything on the... So you better make sure you reflect on your...
I will. I'm sorry. There's still one question that's really... Is it just...
It's because the heating element in your oven is broken, you silly goose.
What?
Huh?
I felt like something was off during the cooking contest. Once I got around to checking all the equipment, I noticed it right away. All the ovens in the whole kitchen had the same problem, which confused me at the time, but by this point, I would have figured it out the day of the bake-off, since the issue affected both our teams. But of course, Monica sabotaged...
No. I spent so long trying to find out where I was going wrong. It all comes back to one simple...
Oh, cut it out! Stop the woe is me act for a second and just think. Do you know how long I spent perfecting my gâteau de bourg? 3 years. And you've been head chef now for what? 6 months? If that? A couple hundred failed attempts, and you clearly have no idea how many kitchen failures I've had under my belt. Or just genius or not, everyone makes mistakes. You're only a lousy chef if you don't face up to your mistakes. Learn from them, and surely you haven't forgotten all that. You were no lousy chef back when I handed you the reins.
I haven't...
That's our head...
Ha-ha! Sounds like we won't need another change.
What a perfect ending to a...
So you got your mojo back now?
Yeah. Thanks to you, 𝐒𝐲𝐲𝐽𝐴.
Friends again! So nice to see them finally settle...
Good. So now that's out of the way. It's time for payback. You cheated in our last bake-off, and I demand a rematch right now.
Huh? But that was mostly Monica's fault,
Right. And also, does it have to be right now? Savannah's only just got...
No excuses. This is a cooking contest between 2 top chefs, and nothing will stand in its way. So grab your spatula and get ready, because this rematch is happening today. Right now, this instant.
Hey! So, this whole time you were salty about losing?
The second cooking contest commences now!
This time, no more games, and no holding back!
I feel like I don't have the right to be here.
Hey, what are you so afraid of? You can't unbake it now. And if you don't serve it, then good or bad, you'll never find out how to improve. If you're too scared to fail, you'll never know what real success tastes like.
So?
Embrace your failure. Taste it. Digest it. That's the way to success.
I don't know. Sounds like it's easier said than done.
I'll do it.
The results are in! A landslide victory for Escoffier!
Quite rightly, too. Piece of cake.
Oh yeah, look at that! Savannah looks pretty chipper too,
Now, where were we? I thought Navia would have filled you in. And actually, I had 2 reasons for leaving. One was the food safety incident, of course, but the other was that the Hotel de Boer had so I decided to step down and look for new opportunities.
Improve how?
Well, a while back, I got to know a fellow chef from Liyue, and in her, I saw so many. She has that same adventurous spirit that Modeste and Sibeli had in their youth. Slime mucus, lizard tails. There's a whole world of new flavors out there waiting to be explored, hiding away in ingredients we overlook. Case in point, remember those Romaritime flowers down in the ruins? I used them in the cooking contest just now.
What? Paimon didn't notice at all!
Half of the art of cooking is dissecting the recipes of previous chefs and figuring out the exact console, and the other half, it lies in freeing yourself from the confines of the kitchen.
Uh-oh. Paimon's suddenly not sure she wants to try your
Don't worry, it's not going to be a free-for-all like in Modeste's time. But in the meantime, take this. It's a recipe for Petit Gâteau de Boer, revised version.
All right!
Oh, of course. I've already promised Spanish M that I'll come back every once in a while to make sure the quality of the food remains at an acceptable...
You know, Paimon's still a little disappointed. Surely Monica wouldn't have gotten drawn in so deeply if it wasn't for all the mystery surrounding the original Gâteau. She practically dedicated her life to finding the lost pieces of Modeste's diary.
Since you mentioned the treasure, between Modeste's writings and what we saw in those ruins, the so-called treasure of Remoria was most likely a substance that the Remorians extracted from Lumitor.
Huh? So then, why all the...
Don't forget, it was a very different era. We could barely even refine sugar back then. So desserts were very much in their infancy. And as for the Lumiline, it may well have been somewhat valuable in ancient times. But these days, even if Sibeli hadn't destroyed it all, I doubt it would be worth that.
So after all that, there was nothing. Feels strange to say it, but Paimon almost feels sorry for Monica. She...
Hey!
Huh? Navia?
You just got back from that underwater ruin, right? Well, check it out. Did you see anything like this down there? Freshly unearthed. Experts say it has immense artistic and historical value.
Wait! Isn't that the jar they used to...
If only it was still...